Yes, good morning. August 13th. Just a short video to remind people yet again the bullshit that is trading. All this nonsense amounts to nothing. You're looking at, let's just take a look at this again, and we're going to contrast this with two-tick Nick. Real macro. Mind this one. Whatever you want to call this loser other than loser. Here you go, May 2nd. That guy says, let's just remind ourselves of what he said. Here's all your videos. Get out of the market. No one's coming to save you. Market crash. Stock market can't print their way out of this one. Evidently they did. Special deal. Yeah, I'll help you lose money if you pay me more money. Free updates. Oh, and Nick was saying how much he loved TradingView because it was, quote, no bullshit. His trades were out there where everyone could look at them. Yeah. His blatherings, him falling on his keyboard is what is out there. You don't know if he traded anything like this or what size was or anything like that. But he was loving TradingView because it was a definitive guide to how well someone's doing. We'll talk about that in a second. But you can see this guy was nothing but short, get out, short. Let's take a look at this. This, from May 1st, when he told you to get out, in fact, go short, we are now up 15% here to the middle of August. The same day I told you to go long, or let me correct myself, my algo told us to go long, because this has got shit to do with me other than I wrote the thing and vetted it. You've seen all the videos previous to this. All right. It was all the hard work is already done. All you got to do is follow it. It told us to go long. It happened to be more than right. Still in the trade. You can still see where the stop is. Yet this clown, here he is on TradingView. Here are his calls. This is where he got the moniker two-tick Nick. Look at this. Short. More short. There's a couple more shorts. Short, June. Short. We could keep going, but you get the gist. People are out here calling him out for being completely ass backwards. So remind you again, this is on June. So this is after he's already called for a short a month ago on this thing. Oh, it's cracked. It's time to go short. This is how he got the moniker two-tick Nick. If this guy ever paid attention to what he was doing, he would realize he somehow manages to get, first of all, at least 80% of his trades wrong. If you don't count the 2 ticks that it went right before, 40 ticks against you. It turns out this guy should be trading opposite himself, and he'll have a better win rate than anyone I've ever met, including my own algo, by a mile. Two-tick Nick. He calls stuff like this a complete win. Well, it won for a couple days, and then it went sideways, and then it went completely against him. I'm going to close out the trade. I got my 2 ticks. Yeah. Folks, you can see how trading against this trend. First of all, the option to go short here, the trade wasn't even here. The trade was way the hell back here when you wanted to get long. There's no reason to look for a short here because you should have already been long. The most you would be doing is looking to stop out and then wait to see what the market does. Probably nothing here. And at some point, you're either going to get short or you're going to get long. Should we just keep going? Yeah. Oh my gosh, it looks worse, doesn't it? So here we go. When I put the extent of it from back here, where was he? Middle of June to the middle of August. He calls this a win. You see what I'm saying? No, this thing has been a long and you stay in a long. Maybe it stopped you out, but the way it turned out, you got back long. Did Nick do any of this? No. He's Mr. Two-Tick, dicking around here, picking up the pennies in front of the proverbial steamroller, as you know. What the guy should have done is just traded against himself. After it breaks, look for a buy for a continuation of the trend. That's what you do. That's what works way more often than it doesn't. But what do you do when the time where two-tick Nick is actually right and he actually gets a good trade? Well, we just always have a stop. We stop out, we look again. Maybe we join the trade at that point. But in no way, shape, or form do you ever do stupid shit like this. wait for the market to give you a reason to get out and go short. He doesn't. This is how we're still in this long, because we didn't worry about these things. They weren't convincing enough to the algorithm. One day it will be, sure, but what's it matter? It's up 15% now. This is a win. Also, let me remind you, you also don't need bullshit like this. After the day is done, he comes back and tells you why whatever happened in the market happened. The reason for some market softness. Peak flows will hit by next Friday. New highs, like I said, strong fiscal flows. Really, the reason for you, how are you playing this? How are you playing this? Here again, Mike Norman, daily videos meaningless. Okay, did I have to give you daily videos to update on this stuff? No, we just got into it. And every once in a while, I tell you to raise your stop. That's it. That's it. I have no idea what's going on with these fiscal flows. And you can tell it doesn't matter. And you can tell, like I've been saying about Mike Norman for a solid decade now, this guy has no clue. He just comes in after the fact. So if it's a good day, he can say, like I said, like I said. Well, how about this, like I said? How about this, like I said? These are all just guesses, repeated guesses and updated, and just forget about the ones that I got wrong. It's a disaster. Following this stuff does nothing for you, and people still get sucked in. None of this stuff is how you trade, and two-tick Nick just happens to do it significantly worse than most. NASDAQ has never been this expensive. This is a weekly chart. Well, guess what, Nick? Guess what, Nick? You might have been true. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But it just got more expensive, and you're underwater for it, trying to argue that all of these shorts are better on the whole than not trading at all or trading against you. This guy is playing pocket pool. It's public masturbation on TradingView. I guess they allow such things. This is what he says is so great about defining your actual trades in a public forum. Break, test, go. Oh, yeah. See, here again, I got to squish this up. See, yeah, all the way down here. Break, test, go. I guess not. Here again, what would have been a better deal? What would have been a better deal? Evidently, waiting for it to actually go down. Let me guess. Right here. He made 2 ticks and he said, I'm stopping it out. I'm taking my money. Right? I'm the winner. I'm the best trader ever. Yeah. Then why is it virtually every trade you look at doing the opposite? Is he given further instructions? Did this one-day gap down? This is the only thing Nick seems to do. Be able to take a profit off. If it's an accidental or a news lead that no one could know before, including him, is a gap down. And if he doesn't take his profit, you'll instantly lose it. And people have mentioned that when talking to him about stuff like this. The meta double top. Yeah. Oh, yes. Some people were grinding him on this one. 2-tick Nick. It was 2 ticks in his favor, and people are going, well, it gapped up. I think that was an earnings thing. And then it kept running. Oh, no, I won. You're just going to ignore the 2 ticks that went in my favor. Yeah, maybe not once, Nick, but when every single time you need those 2 ticks in your favor to make a profit before it goes 40, 50, 80 ticks against you, yes, you've got a problem with the way you look at the market, son. So we don't need to belabor that. I just wanted to do a quick video to remind you guys, these guys have got nothing going on. Clueless clowns, analyze. And is either one of you giving you any actual trades that you can pin down and put on sizing to get it right, because all of that stuff matters? Not a one of them. Norman, after I mocked his ignorant ass years ago, some of you will remember, he stopped making that sheet on his PDF, on his daily whatever update, or his weekly or monthly update as it was. He just stopped making that last sheet where he showed some of his positions, not sizing, because all it was an entire page of everything that you could trade, randomly put down prices. Where's it going? He doesn't close things. He's got this endless, bucket of money I keep talking about where he never sells anything, or if he does, he doesn't tell you, so he can just turn around and say buy, 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 buy. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. And the sad thing is, otherwise intelligent people think this guy has something to offer. Now, Nick, he's fortunately just too obvious because you can just see. This guy is just a sea of short, loser, and then he tries to argue it away. And all he has to do is actually stand back 10 feet, look at what he's done here, see that he's been on the wrong side of the trade. There's just no way to argue that. And he would have been better off going in the opposite direction. He wouldn't even have reached much of a drawdown because that's why he's two-tick Nick. He's almost perfect at catching the bottom and then going the wrong way. All he has to do is look at the balance in his account. It's been going down. How many times can you blow up? You lose 70%, you gain a couple back, and then you lose another 70%. Like I said years ago, the guy's done. He's never coming back. And this chart right here just gives you the perfect view into just how he does things wrong. He's going against a trend all the time, fighting it. Is he going to turn around and go long at this point now that he's down 15 straight percent? No. That's too tough. But at any rate, this bullishness will end. And Nicky boy, two-tick Nick, you know what he's going to say? See, I told you so. It's going to drop a few percent, stop us out. We're going to make double-digit percents since May. He's going to say, see, I told you so. You told us what exactly? You showed us how to lose in style. Never stop out. By the way, where's these trades? Where are these trades recently? I don't know. I'm just trying to look here. He's said nothing in the last couple of months. Well, he's waiting. He's got to wait for something to work out so he can give you a classic Mike Norman, see, I told you so. It's like I said. If you couldn't see this from a mile away, does it get any easier than this? Nope. If you can't spot this pattern from 1,000 miles away, then you need a lot more time in the seat. A lot more time in the seat. There you go. Just a classic example of two-tick Nick. There you go. Yep. You know what, Nicky boy? You need a lot more time with your mouth taped shut and your eyelids forced open and your nose rubbed in the shit you've created. Maybe then you'll learn when you can't flap your ignorant ass mouth all day long, producing garbage like this. Oh, by the way, there's a guy somewhere on here, or a person, could be a female, I don't know, that you got short back in May 1st. How much money are you going to hand them back? Did you even offer them a stop along the way? And still, your analysis on Tesla was spot on. That was a one-day gap down that if you didn't take it, it was gone. Of course he loves ignorant, stupid shit like this. More content. Your analysis was freaking on point. Obviously, Issy here saw only 2 ticks and then nothing afterwards. What an idiot. Anyways, we've gone on too long. See ya.